is an important element of our quest for national self-sufficiency, of our national quest for achievement. In the last 4 years, following Mr. President's direct and consistency of policy, more money has been put in agriculture. In the last 4 years, we have literally achieved self-sufficiency in some crops, and the promise of our nation in achieving even more has been demonstrated. As we speak, the Nigerian Customs Service have taken action at the borders, which is limiting the amount of smuggling that is taking place across our borders. And this is providing benefit to our agricultural sector. Nigeria's agriculture, like Nigeria's food, as humbly stated earlier, compares to the best in the world. But we can keep saying that forever if we don't take proactive steps to demonstrate that. It will always be a story that we say in schools, we say in public discussion, but we are unable to demonstrate. And to that extent, the National Council of Women Societies is well placed to contribute to our nation's ability to demonstrate what we mean when we say we can, particularly in agriculture, because you are at the various elements of it. Nigeria is a country where a lot of women are still engaged in agriculture and are likely to be in agriculture, whether primary production as farmers or as members of the fishing community, either providing direct fishing or value addition to fishing, or in the livestock sector, or in the food industry, or even in the textile industry, which also derives from the agricultural industry. So this is a sector where we can do much more. The federal government, given the program that Mr. President has rolled out, can also do much more in conjunction with the National Council of Women Society. And there are many benefits. I'm not repeating the argument of mechanization, because the surest way to reduce poverty is to help people to achieve higher yields in whatever they do. If, like many people are accustomed to be doing, a family is producing, is in chicken rearing, the traditional way, maybe in 1 year they get 10 chickens. If that family is enabled with modern way of poultry farming and they are able to produce 200 chickens, that is the biggest contribution to poverty eradication for that family. Because I believe with that, they will never allow themselves to go back to the old way. It's the same story in the fishing industry. We can help those in the fishing value chain to achieve more yields, to achieve more production. We can help, as we are doing, as it's happening every day, those in the farming sector to achieve more yield. Luckily, Nigeria's agriculture is dominated by family-based small-scale production. Therefore, if we help them produce higher yields for the farmland or the scale of operation, incomes in that family will increase and value will increase. And like I said, 3 years, 4 years now, we have demonstrated that that is possible. To use the example from rice, many people who are farming rice used to get less than 1 ton per hectare. and that is because they use the wrong seedlings. That is because more often than not, they don't have enough money to buy the 6 bags of fertilizer that the hectare of rice produce. Most often than not, they don't have the appropriate planting knowledge, which makes all the difference. Most often than not, and that's where mechanization comes. When it comes to harvest time, they take 4 or 5 days. A whole family will take 4 or 5 days to harvest a hectare of a rice farm. Most often than not, they use very, very old technology in processing the rice. I'm sure those of us who are familiar with Abakaliki will see the hazardous and difficult conditions women work in to produce processed rice. So how does the different measure? The federal government, President Muhammadu Buhari, instructed that we should create a template where rice farmers across the country will be supported so that they produce the optimal yield. And it was amazing that the results were amazing because many farmers now across the country, Ebonyi, Anambra, Taraba, Benue, Kebbi, and many places, Jigawa, Kano, Northeast, Kwara, Niger, all because rice is produced in 36 states of Nigeria. And the amazing result was that many farmers, including many women farmers, have increased from producing less than 1 ton per hectare to as much as 6 tons per hectare. So that means we support somebody who is producing a ton of rice now about between 90,000 to 100,000. So a family can move from producing about 100,000 naira worth of rice to about 600,000 naira worth of rice in one season, given support. And it's the same thing for many other commodities. In cassava, in yams, in soya beans, in vegetables, we are not achieving optimal yields. And that is where the National Council of Women Societies, that is where the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, that is where women groups have the biggest role to play. Because the federal government has literally expanded the financing window so that more women, as many as possible, can benefit, so that they can achieve higher yield or process better. In many places, again, as many of you will know, for example, again, rice processing. Most rice processing in Nigeria is done by women. It's not done by big companies, it's done by women. If you go to Nasarawa, if you go to Abakaliki, if you go to Kebbi, Kogi, so National Council of Women Societies can participate in mobilizing women groups in different states to take advantage of the financing window that is being provided by the by the Central Bank of Nigeria under the instruction of Mr. President, and also support by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, in addition to that of states that have keyed in, so that more women can be empowered to achieve more value for what they are doing. This is taking place, this is possible, and that will incorporate some of the benefits of mechanization, because there are small scale items that are not expensive. The 7 people are needed to cut to harvest 1 hectare of rice farm in Ebonyi. But with a 300,000 naira harvester, the same hectareage can be harvested within 6 hours. And that is where our young, brilliant populace come in. We want you to know that agriculture or agriculture value chain is not drudgery anymore. You can be a service provider. You can provide planting services to many farmers. You can provide processing service to many farmers. You can provide harvesting services to many farmers. Today, information about farms or chicken production or fishery production is provided by drones, 2,000 small-scale drones that can provide. So there's a lot of technology requirement in agriculture. So it's not correct to assume that agriculture is a preserve of the old or is all drudgery. No, it's an exciting, exotic, growing field. No country has so far developed without a very strong agricultural sector, and we need to be conscious. Mr. President stands ready and willing to ensure that more of our potential is achieved by investing and including everyone. No nation can achieve all its potential when a vast majority are not included. And because of that, Mr. President has been very, very clear in his vision that the policies of the federal government will protect farmers. The policies of the federal government will protect and promote the fishing community. The policies of the federal government will promote the livestock sector. What has been weak is that groups have not organized themselves